everybody, how are you? I hope whatever time of day it is, morning, afternoon, evening, or night, finds you well. Today we're going to be talking about skinny fat. What exactly is skinny fat and why is it something that we need to be concerned with, especially if you're pre-diabetic or you have that diagnosis of diabetes? Hello again and welcome. My name is Alexandra Santa Maria. I'm the founder of RX Health and Wellness, where we like to empower women over 40 with chronic diseases to become healthy and take control of their health, especially those women who have type 2 diabetes. We are currently launching our brand new membership geared exactly for you when you take control of your health as you start going through perimenopause, menopause, and even after. To learn more, go visit our website, rxhealthandwellness.com. All right, so what do we mean by skinny fat? Well, skinny fat refers to individuals who appear to be thin but have a high percentage of body fat, particularly around their visceral fat or that fat that's around the organs. And why is that a problem? Well, because it can put you at risk for a lot of things, including diabetes. Despite having that normal BMI or body mass index, these individuals are at very high risk for insulin resistance, which then can turn into type 2 diabetes. They're also at very high risk for metabolic syndrome. Skinny fat individuals can have what we call metabolic syndrome, which includes high blood pressure, high blood sugars, fat, again, around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol levels. We like to call it in functional medicine cardiometabolic syndrome because of all these things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and even the high sugars. That puts you at very high risk for cardiovascular disease. Having high percentage of visceral fat puts you at risk for a lot of problems and complications. What can cause that skinny fat? One can be lack of muscle. Low muscle mass can lead to higher fat accumulation, especially again, visceral fat. And remember, as we grow older, we start losing muscle mass and replacing it with fat. Something to think about. Now, poor diet, that's another cause of the skinny fat. High consumption of refined carbohydrates or ultra-processed foods and sugars can contribute to not having adequate protein intake, high bad fat intake and accumulation, and lower good fat intake. In essence, you're not getting all the nutrients that you need. The other thing that can lead to the skinny fat is a sedentary lifestyle. The human body was made to move. The biggest cells in our bodies are muscles. And lack of a physical activity will contribute to poor muscle development and muscle mass, and will more likely lead to fat accumulation. What are the solutions? Here are a few solutions. First, do some strength training. Building muscle through exercise like resistance training can improve your insulin resistance and reduce your visceral fat, which is what we want. We want to replace it with more muscle. Eat a balanced diet. At RX Health and Wellness, we always say food is medicine. But I mean the right food. Make sure you focus on nutrient-dense consumption of foods, adequate protein, and healthy fats. Cut out all the unhealthy processed foods, quotation foods, because it's not real food anymore. It's been changed so much it doesn't resemble any food that comes from nature. And eat all the nutrients that your body needs. Your body's a wonderful machine and will repair itself and get back to where it needs to be. To lose weight, you want to concentrate on your diet, what you intake, on your, I don't want to say diet because I don't like that word, on your meal intake. Making sure you're eating all the phytonutrients your body needs to repair itself and to be optimized. And then you concentrate on regular exercise to maintain the weight and avoid the weight gain again. Make sure you incorporate both aerobic and anaerobic exercises to improve overall body composition. Making sure you're taking enough oxygen. The concept of skinny fat highlights that even those who appear to be thin can be a risk for diabetes due to the high percentage of body fat compared to their muscle mass. Understanding how not only a skinny person can be a fat person, but also understanding that by having that higher percentage of fat puts you at higher risk for things like metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. If you already have the diagnosis, it can put you at higher risk for complications, make it harder to control your blood sugars because of that insulin resistance. Having that higher percentage amount of fat also increases your chronic inflammation. It also increases your toxicity load. Most of the toxic stuff that we keep in our body are stored in our fat. Getting back down to a healthier percentage of fat and increasing your muscle mass is the way to go. Not only to improve your health, to prevent becoming type 2 diabetic or having metabolic syndrome, but if you already have that diagnosis, it allows you to control your blood sugars better, and it allows you to improve your overall health, decreasing your risk for complications like cardiovascular disease or heart disease, eye problems, kidney problems, any of the complications that come with type 2 diabetes. I encourage each one of you to evaluate your own health habits. Consider the impact that weight has on your diabetes management, on your risks for getting chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes or metabolic syndrome, and take steps towards a healthier lifestyle. If you have any questions or concerns, please comment below and we'll get back to you. If you like these kind of topics, let us know and we'll make more of these. If you have particular topics that you would like us to address, please let us know in the comment as well. All right, hope you enjoyed the topic and that is helpful to you. Well, we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.